Gentlemen, in today's video, I will be sharing you 9 ways to flirt appropriately to drive women wild. Now, in the dating game, it's crucial to realize that as a guy, you're in competition with other men, and women are the ones who make the choices. This dynamic isn't a result of civilization, but is ingrained in nature. Your role is to take the initiative. Consider flirting as a blend of art, salesmanship, humor, debate, and a bit of theatrical flair. While some men may have a natural talent for flirting, others can cultivate it as a skill. Gentlemen, I will share 9 flirting tricks to drive women wild. Let's start. 1. Employ the art of negging. When you notice that her hair isn't perfectly neat, you have the opportunity to compliment her in a playful way. Instead of pointing out the untidiness negatively, you can say something like, "I really like how your hair has that wild and windblown look. It gives off this carefree spirit vibe, like you're not bothered by those silly beauty standards." Essentially, you're acknowledging the state of her hair, but framing it in a positive light. The key here is to create a positive and relaxed atmosphere. By appreciating the untidiness in a complimentary manner, you convey that you're comfortable and at ease. This, in turn, helps her feel more at ease and enjoy the time spent together. The goal is to build a connection in a light-hearted way, making the interaction enjoyable for both parties. 2. Perfect team-up approach. Now, gentlemen, imagine you're at a bar and there's this guy annoyingly hitting on every woman around. Instead of feeling jealous, use him as an indirect wingman. Lean in close to the girl you're interested in and casually mention, he's not usually this bad, especially on Sundays when his pickup lines are less cringe. The idea is to make a funny observation that she might be thinking too. Remember, flirting is not about professing undying love immediately. It's about connecting, showing your enjoyable company, and letting her see your cool confidence. Keep things light, playful, and observational, using your surroundings to your advantage. Approach flirting with a laid-back, confident attitude, and women will notice. Now that you've started the conversation, tease her like a king. Imagine giants interacting with kittens. She's the buyer, and you're the seller offering something scarce. Relax. Tease your way into her good graces with friendly jabs, not hurtful remarks. Ask her playful questions, listen closely, and share quirky observations about her, like noticing her love for vintage earrings or her infectious laughter. The goal is to build a connection by being engaging and showing genuine interest. 3. Perfect timing. The best time to initiate physical contact is when she's laughing at one of your jokes. That's the green light to give a slight touch on her leg, shoulder, or hand. If she responds calmly, you've likely crossed the touch barrier. However, it's crucial not to overdo it. Think of it like a sprinkle of magic dust, too much, and the spell is ruined. A gentle brush on the arm after a shared laugh or a light touch on the shoulder is usually enough. These subtle gestures help build a connection without triggering any alarms. While breaking the touch barrier is essential, it's not the only thing to keep an eye on. 4. Thoroughly observe. Pay attention not only to her, but also to the surroundings. Forget about using cheesy pickup lines and forced compliments. Instead, connect with your environment. Find something interesting about the place, like a quirky painting in the bar, a hilariously bad DJ, or even the weather outside. This approach keeps you from coming across as desperate. Let's give a simple example here. Imagine you're hanging out at a coffee shop and you notice her reading a book about Italian recipes. Instead of being too direct, you can casually walk over, crack a smile, and say something like, "Do you happen to make Italian Ritter? My grandma would do anything to taste something that reminded her of the old country." This approach demonstrates that you're observant, have a bit of wit, and you're not putting her on the spot. It's like tossing out some playful comments to see if she catches your vibe. If she smiles and responds with some wit of her own, bam, the conversation is underway. If she seems uninterested, no big deal. You don't want to spend your time with someone who's not interested. 5. Body language magic. When you're chatting with a girl, leaning in too close might make you seem desperate, and crossing your arms or putting your hands in your pocket signals being closed off. The trick is to lean back and keep it chill for a smoother conversation. This approach helps avoid giving off any desperate vibes. That's also why apologies aren't great in flirting. The goal is to break through the touch barrier instead. 6. Eye contact is vital. Gentlemen, when you're engaging in a conversation, it's crucial to maintain eye contact, but think of it more like holding her gaze with a warm and genuine interest, not like a laser beam scrutinizing a steak. You don't want to stare so intensely that it feels like you're trying to peer through her skull. That's usually too much. On the flip side, avoiding eye contact entirely can make you seem scared or disinterested. The key is finding the right balance. It's about creating a connection through your eyes without making things too intense. Brief moments of eye contact coupled with a genuine warmth convey that you're genuinely interested in the conversation. So remember, strike that balance, not too much, not too little, and you'll be on the right track. Now, gentlemen, before we discuss the last 3 points, please take a moment to click the subscribe button to join the Soulful Synergized community. And whilst you're doing that, please like to signal the algorithm of our content. Comment and share as well so we can reach a broader audience. Thanks. Now let's move on, shall we? 7. Perfect posture. When it comes to your overall stance, stand tall with your shoulders back and chin up. Confidence is like your signature cologne, guys. So rock it with pride. Slouching and fidgeting are like awkward dance moves. Scientifically, they just don't cut it. Maintaining a confident posture has even been linked to the mood-regulating chemical serotonin, which is a bonus. Now, some people suggest mirroring the girl you're flirting with, but I'm not sold on that idea. It doesn't exude confidence, authenticity, or leadership qualities. Mirroring is something a woman might naturally do when she's interested in a man to build a connection. It's not a tactic a man should use to connect, and there's no solid evidence that it actually works. Stick to that confident posture instead. 8. Give the right kind of compliments genuinely. Many guys still go for the classic, "You're the prettiest girl I've ever seen" compliment, but let's face it, that's pretty random and cheesy. Personally, I think a simple "hi" is better than that, but the real key is offering a compliment that's genuine and meaningful. Saying she's beautiful is just too generic. It's lost its impact from years of overuse. What you really need is something she hasn't heard before. That's where the magic happens. Consider something like, "I've never seen a girl rock a hoodie like you do." It's unique and shows you're paying attention in a way that stands out from the usual compliments. Think of things that make her stand out. Though a lot of girls go for hoodies, so maybe not that one. But you catch my drift. The key is to avoid those usual cheesy compliments like eyes, smile, or laughter. Stand out by being genuine and original in your compliments. Get specific, be bold, and throw in unexpected elements. Remember, compliments are like spices. A sprinkle adds flavour, but too much can ruin the dish. A well-placed gem that sparks a real conversation is worth more than a dozen standard nice words. Don't be a compliment-giving puppet. If she's fishing for flattery, treat your words like a secret code. Let your compliment be a rare gem, not a cheap handout. Keep in mind, an excess of compliments lowers demand and value. 9. Follow her flow. Go with the flow of her mood. Life has its ups and downs, and women are emotional creatures. If you don't keep this in mind while taking action, you're in serious trouble. Remember that women can feel sad without any specific reason. Trying to solve a non-existent problem is a terrible idea. Even if there's a genuine issue during flirting, don't attempt to solve problems. Ride her mood swings and let her feel what she's feeling. If she's sad, empathize and be understanding. Women lean more on emotions than logic. What she wants is your listening ear. You don't have to solve everything. Whether she's feeling down, lost in thought, or not her usual bubbly self, empathy and emotional intelligence come into play. Be a supportive anchor who can navigate her emotions without getting swept away. Avoid giving unsolicited advice. Sometimes she just needs a safe space to express herself. Be mindful of boundaries when asking intimate questions and let the conversation flow naturally. If she opens up, respond with genuine interest and respect, staying within her comfort zone. If you notice she's consistently unhappy, it's crucial to step back. Healthy relationships require a two-way street. Ditch the fixer mentality and embrace the power of simply being there. Listen, empathize, and offer support without pushing it. This approach not only makes you a better flirt, but also a better friend and companion. It's not about making her happy. It's about connecting genuinely regardless of the mood. Don't try to fix her. Many guys get stuck in that tunnel, and there's no light at the end. Use the word no like a father would. Despite discussions about toxic masculinity, the fact remains that daughters look up to their fathers in ways that linger in their relationships and marriages. That means that girls look for qualities in boys that they see in their dads, because that's what they're used to. It's all about respect and trust, and you want to tap into that. Until next time, gentlemen, stay soulfully synergized.